This afternoon in Detroit, Donald Trump was faced with a few hundred protesters ahead of his visit at a predominantly black church for a scripted Q&A session. It's part of an attempt to court minority voters in one of the country's largest urban centers. The candidate began with some remarks. Now, Boris Epshteyn is a Trump campaign senior advisor, and he joins us now. Always good to see you.
Good to see you.
So I want to start off with this question. What is he actually asking for from the African-American community? And what do you think about this whole scripting thing, the Q&A with the answers already there?
DeMarco, it's not an asking tour, it's a listening tour. So Donald Trump is not asking for anything. He's going out to the communities all over this country, and this is one of them, and saying, what are your problems? What troubles you? And here I am to help you once I'm elected president. There's 26% poverty among African Americans in this country, over 8% unemployment, double of that among white people in this country, so over 8% among African Americans. The Clinton-Obama economy has absolutely left the African American community behind. Hillary Clinton doesn't really offer any solutions at all to fix that, and obviously she's had a long time to do so. She's been in the public eye for over 35 years. Donald Trump will do so, and that's the outreach you're seeing.
But this is one of the first events that he's sort of actually targeted the African-American voters there. Why so late? And we're 2 months away from the general election.
Well, listen, the message has been out there for a long time, and he's been speaking to the African-American community for a long time.
Now with this type of
meeting with African-American leaders. Listen, he's there today. Where's Hillary Clinton today? She's probably in the Hamptons sipping champagne cocktails with Bon Jovi or Jimmy Buffett, as she's prone to do. You know, all she could do is go out there and go to small fundraisers while Donald Trump was out with the people, and not just African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Jewish Americans like myself, all Americans.
But to
He's out there for all
defense,
Americans.
she still has a larger history with African American voters. I guess that's what
Which history of the crime bill, calling African Americans super predators, and not doing anything for the African American community in terms of the economy. So she has a long history, but she has no achievements.
All right, so faced with some protests Saturday, of course, right now Trump is polling in the single digits with minorities. How is the campaign looking to turn those numbers around? What's the magic move?
Well, specifically with the African-American community, he's polling higher than McCain did, than the votes McCain actually got in the 08 election. He's polling higher than what Romney got in 2012. We're at about 9 in some polls, but actually 15 in the LA Times poll among African-Americans. Among Hispanics, over 20%. So he's actually doing very well with some of these minority communities. But again, it all goes back to the key message. And the key message is the economy, national security, and making sure America is safe and employed.
Now, what about the revelations about the pastor, a line about his biography, and also the blackface Hillary Clinton? Does it hurt?
Not at all.
It can't help him.
No, listen, it's not about the individuals. It's not about some supporters. It's about the candidates and a binary choice.
But he's representing the candidate.
No, he doesn't. He was not an employee of the campaign at all. He was a volunteer with the campaign, and we thank him, for being out there in some way. But really, the message is about what the candidates say. And Donald Trump is saying, I will make sure that Americans are safe, employed. We have a country with real borders. And Hillary Clinton wants to open our borders wide open. She wants to have, a 100-day unconstitutional amnesty within 100 days of her taking office, 550% increase in Syrian refugees. So Hillary Clinton is someone who's already proven to be a failure while she was Secretary of State. And with the information that came out yesterday, she's proven she's absolutely disqualified. They were destroying BlackBerries with hammers, DeMarco, hammers. In the State Department. She said the reason she wanted to have a private service for ease of only having one device, she had 13 phones and 5 iPads. That's like using a burner phone. She was acting like a mobster would. It's absolutely unconscionable that she is still running for the presidency, let alone think she could have it.
All right, we don't have the other side here to defend Clinton here. We're going to move on to this question about immigration. Let me go ahead and finish by asking this. There's a lot of issues, of course, when it comes to immigration. There's been a lot of back and forth about whether the candidate is actually softening his proposed immigration policy. What do you think of the mixed messages? One point he's on board, the second he's off in another direction, according to his critics.
Right, according to the critics. But if you look at the actual message of the policies proposed, his speech on Wednesday was absolutely consistent with what he's been saying since the beginning of the campaign. Make sure all illegal immigrants or criminals are deported. End sanctuary cities like San Francisco, where the terrible murder of Kate Stallion took place by an illegal immigrant who was let back into this country after having committed crimes before, making sure that E-Verify is instituted all over this country. There's a 10-point plan that Donald Trump has proposed, and he will make sure that is instituted and executed in terms of illegal immigration. And of course, build a wall, and Mexico will pay for the wall.
I was actually reading in the New York Times today, and it talked about how the relationship now, again, with Trump and the RNC is sort of on a rocky road right now. What do you make of that?
No substance to that whatsoever, no real sources, as the New York Times has done plenty of times now in terms of its reporting. The Trump campaign and the RNC are working unbelievably closely together. And I will tell you that from being in headquarters and seeing folks from the RNC and knowing what the relationship is there. The relationship is great, it's close, and that's why part of the reason we'll win on November 8th.
All right, Boris Epshteyn, always good to see you. We'd love to have you back.
Thanks for having me anytime.
All right, thank you.